Ladies and gentlemen, now for the official introduction, the fighter fighting out of the blue corner, weighed in at 70. He's 31, stands 5'10". He fights out of Urban Kings MMA and hails from Liverpool, George Miller. And his opponent fighting out the red corner, weighed in at 71.7. He's 21, stands 6'1". He fights out of Salford MMA and hails from Bolton, Callum Hollywood Mather. Your referee, Mr. Paul Crossley.
The action continues here at Full Contact Contender 27, this lightweight amateur contest. Callum Mather fighting out of the red corner, the black Venom shorts. The gloves trimmed with red tape, taking on Urban Kings' George Miller, the black tatami trimmed with white and red. Miller 0-1, Mather making his debut. And you would expect with the Urban Kings corner that one thing Miller will be able to do is embrace the grind.
Definitely, when you can see Mick Stanton in his corner, you know he's going to be about that life.
Skirting through on the outside of the cage at the moment is Miller. Callum Mather holding the center of the cage.
Callum Mather needs to get that left arm up. He nearly took a big right hand there from George.
George in on the clinch now. A couple of knees up the middle. They're jockeying for position there.
Very fast-paced first round so far. Callum has them long limbs, it looks like. That reach advantage over him. Should be flicking that jab out now, especially when he's got his man against the cage.
Oh, gotta watch out for that right hand though. Chops away at the lead leg of George Miller. As Callum Mather.
So he needs to control the centre of that cage there as Callum. He needs to get that left hand up. He's taking far too many shots from the back foot.
Yeah, when he moves back, he leaves that chin up a little bit, and Miller's found a home for that shot a couple of times. Takedown defense for Callum Mather was looking solid for a moment.
Yeah. Now this is where you're going to expect George to shine a little bit with the ground game. The Urban Kings and ASW connection.
Yeah, staying very heavy chest to chest there. Can't get a sheet of paper between the two of them.
I think he's trying to switch out to a scaffold, it looked like then.
Yeah, he's like he's going to try and step over that hand, crucifix the arm, and just start to hammer away. Oh, and steps over incredibly easily, and he's got a little bit of time to work here.
There's a very good position for Callum to buck and bridge his man over here if George stays there for a little bit too long. But he's trying to grapevine a very nice bridge. He hung on far too long there. He kept the arm laced under the head and eliminated one of the limbs from the table position. That is the way you can analyse it, is like you put your four limbs down like a table, you take one away and the weight will topple, and Callum took it very well, then took him straight over. Absolutely,
and we'll see, and lands a lovely shot in the exchange as they get up. But now Kimura grip locked in by George Miller. And he's not giving up on that grip at the moment. Some chipping knees there from Callum Mather.
Very well contested first round this.
Yeah.
Nice throw.
Good strength there. Ends up full mount, and last few seconds certainly.
We're going for the rear naked choke.
Certainly giving the judges something to think about over that 3-minute round. Very tight.
Yeah, it was a very fun first round. I mean, if one guy had mount, then the other guy had mount. Like, you're really top-turny first round, and like the first true contest of the night we're seeing here, where we're actually getting out the first round.
Absolutely. Miller there, one mistake, just took a little bit too much time.
Definitely did. I see he was trying to work the grapevines and flatten his man out while from mount, but he just left his arms underneath the head of Callum Mather for far too long. If he'd have sat up a little bit, made it harder for his man to take him over like that, it could have been a career end, in a fight-ending position.
It'll be very interesting to see if Mather continues to walk forward and hold the center of the cage, and if Miller's happy to dance around the periphery.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see Callum use that reach a little bit more. He's really got a long jab. If he can just utilise that in the centre of the cage, or when he's got his man against the cage and he's cutting off the corners, I think he could really find some success in this round.
Well, the seconds are cleared. Mr. Paul Crossley's about to start us off in this Amateur lightweight contest. Callum Mather fighting in the black Venom trunks.
Poking that jab out already.
Lands that lovely jab to start. George Miller in the black trimmed with red and white tatami trunks.
Very nice trunks, may I say.
And this round opens up very similarly, and it's Callum Mather's tends to be coming forward.
Nice combination there. Oh. Keep his hands up.
Got to be careful to cover up this Callum Mather. Whenever a one lands, that chin stays up.
Yeah. George has to be looking for the counter there, because every time he's throwing that, Callum throwing that lead jab, his hand's not coming back to his face straight away. It's dropping down, and that's leaving an opportunity to be countered. It's got to be.
Yeah, he's starting to recognize that
striking patterns are there.
But on that body is Callum Mather. Turned quite easily by George Miller there now.
He's driving for that single. He's George Miller.
Oh, he's got both hands hooked underneath the hips, dumps him up, and just plops himself down in the half guard.
It's a very underrated position to work from here. Like, there's nothing wrong with sitting back from this position and trying to rain down strikes.
Randy Couture made a living out of locking himself down in there and just chipping away until his opponent had no will left.
Yeah, it's still such an underutilized position that we don't really see until people are trying to pass the side control or full mount. It can really work from this position. It doesn't have to just be a passing transition.
Trying to use those hips and buck up there, but that's a fairly open guard. If it looks like anytime he wants to, Miller could slice that leg through if he wanted.
Definitely.
And locked it down a little bit, did Callum Mather there. Oh, and just a bit of strength and doing everything he can to stand up.
Wow. Very generous there of George Miller to let his man back up to his feet. Not many other people would have gave him a chance to compose himself there.
Callum's just got to be a little more conservative, perhaps, on his feet. That one got through.
Very nice right hand.
But he does leave himself open for the counter. Nice knee up the middle from George Miller there.
You can see this is where Miller wants to fight, but he's not having all that great success in these grappling moments.
Corner there of Miller asking him the knee the back leg, staying heavy and pressuring his man up against the cage, and the judges here have some things to consider over these two rounds so far.
Yeah, it's definitely not been one-way traffic. There's a lot of work to be done from both parties if they want to get a resounding victory here. I think George Miller, when he's got his man against the cage, there's an opportunity to really sweep that one foot he's on, and he could really start to find some success with that. But he's just really having trouble finding like comfort in them grappling segments.
On their feet, they look fairly well matched. Mather perhaps reaches a little more and keeps his chin up a little bit more. But so far, Miller hasn't been able to capitalize on that. It'll be very interesting to see if you would think the Urban Kings team have told Miller he needs to put the pace on in this round. It's two closely contested rounds. Let's make the third a much clearer decision for our judges.
And Miller looks the more fatigued man going into this third round. It looks like we could see Callum really push the pace here. Nice right hand, but keep them hands up.
Yeah, I mean, he lands the first one, but you're just worried that the second one that comes back is going to be a lights out chasing fight. But again, happy to hold the center of the cage as Callum Mather and forces Miller back up against the cage again.
Miller's spending a little bit too much time on the back foot. That was a better combination.
Yeah, coming forward, he's on the neck now.
Like, what's the guillotine? He's really going for that guillotine here. Don't know how much of the arm he's in.
Can't see how much of it's in. Looks like
it's an arm in guillotine. Oh, he's let it go. It's an arm in guillotine, so he's not going to get all of it there. He's going to have to really squeeze tight.
He's trying to get those hands clasped there. Good work from Callum Mather.
He's trying to sit back from here.
And now the Kimura lock. A nice scramble from has to be defensive on top still. Holding his own wrist there.
It's not pretty, but it's effective.
Yeah, absolutely, and he just used that to muscle his opponent back to the canvas, and now he's going to be lying there with one arm trapped behind his body.
He's trying to mount him here, does George. George Miller try and get to mount here, but he's wall walking.
The amateur rules, because if he could be throwing elbows to the head now.
Good effort there from Callum to try and wall walk and reverse his man.
Keep gonna look for just hammering at the body.
Gonna watch the feet in the cage there from Paul Crosley, the referee.
Yeah, you can't put your toes in the cage in the same way that you can't have your fingers hooked in.
He's really trying to drive that floor in now. He's positioning his hip, so he doesn't have that much torque he can get on it from his position.
But he's got he had that figure four locked up.
Oh, could have gone for an Americana.
Yeah,
there.
I thought trying to land some knees to the body from the bottom. Gotta like the effort there.
Yeah.
I love a knee to the body.
Nice bridge. Oh, almost nearly 3 rounds.
Yeah, he just couldn't roll, couldn't get away from that right arm, and he's trying again to push it. 10 seconds left to go. George Miller's gonna finish the round on top. Competitive 9-minute fight. And our judges for the first time tonight are gonna earn their salary.
That was a fairly well-fought contest there. I think Miller may have just took that 3rd round, but it all depends on how the previous rounds
it just depends how the judges saw the first 2. They were very, very close rounds, nothing in it. 2 very evenly matched young fighters here, both looking for their first amateur win.
Very good level for 2 debutants as well, you got to say.
All right, so every show, every month now, we start to see these debuting amateurs come up that 7 or 8 years, 9 years ago would have been smashing through our semi-pros.
Yeah.
Well, the judges obviously didn't find the decision too difficult. Mr. Sefcon has the MC.
Please, fighters to the center.
Let's make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges scored this in favor of your winner. In the blue corner, George Miller. Please show your appreciation for Callum Mather.
All 3 judges score it the same way, and I'm gonna presume round 1, round 2, and then the 3rd for Callum Mather. A very entertaining fight.